All right. We do it live.
Are we live?
Yes, we do it live. We're always live. The classic. And welcome, everybody, to the first annual Predator Shits. All you've been waiting for. The excitement, the drama, the
It's not
tension.
shits. It's great.
Um, the fans have been waiting years, probably, for us to cover this movie. Um,
Yes.
and this movie kind of sucks.
You kind of suck.
Oh man, it feels bad, dude. Like it's not awful, but God, it's like a five. I don't think I'd rewatch it.
It came out in the 80s!
So did Alien.
No, it came out in 77.
Oh,
79.
so they're getting worse with age, is what you're saying?
Yes.
I should
I
lower my
mean, look at those that are
expectations.
coming out today.
Shit, maybe you're right. Hold on. Oof. It's not bad, so anybody's probably pissed. Like, what the fuck did he just say?
He said my movie sucks.
It's not bad. It's like a 5, which is pretty low for me, though. That's why, like, I don't know. I will say this. The ending, like the last 30 minutes, was fucking awesome, right? As soon as
Yeah.
Arnold was a solo act, the movie just fucking took off, dude.
You don't like the other characters?
Huh?
You don't like the other character? You don't like Pancho?
No, I liked him.
Really?
I definitely liked the other characters. It was just kind of hollow. I don't know, like, it's awesome. I laughed at one point out loud because when they're going to kill, like, the fucking commie camp or whoever those people were, and a terrorist, and they go there, they're just, at one point, shooting motherfuckers. The scene just went and went and went, and there was more. I said, are they done? Nope. Dude turns the corner. Brrr. Other dude turns the corner. Grenade! Boom, boom. Like, just fucking violence. And it made me laugh. I think this is where parents, like fucking came with that idea of, like, those movies
Yeah.
are just violent. Because this may be one of the most, like, violent for no reason movies I've ever seen in my life, dude. It was exciting, though. Also, too, I gotta give big shout-outs to even the very beginning, though. And this is just... I no longer think I can give these movies bonus points for this, because it's all they had. But it's just in retrospect, I guess, maybe I didn't realize how much I don't like, or how much less interesting, I'll say, because I still like it, but less interesting that modern film is when they use, like, special effects for everything. Because when the very beginning, when they landed those choppers on the beach, I was just blown away. I shouldn't have been, but I was like, whoa, that's cool. They really landed those choppers. Those are real choppers with pilots and shit, doing cool stuff. That's not supposed to be exciting.
Fun, kind of on topic with that. The I think 3, like, so almost half of the actors that are playing the soldiers have military backgrounds.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Okay. So there you go.
Yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah, like, it just felt interesting, and I think immersion might be the word. Like, it was really coming. Whoa, they're on this island. I thought they were really there because it was a real set in a real place. Like, that was a real fucking jungle. Maybe not. I don't know how good they are at making sets. But if it was fake, sure as hell fooled me. And I guess it goes back to the same shit I talked about Alien 2. I felt like that was a real base somewhere, and for some reason, special effect movies don't do that for me. I'm like, it's there. Like, if someone were to, like, hop off a chopper in, like, a new movie, I would just be like, yeah, it's a chopper. Who cares? I wouldn't notice it. Somehow it's cool in all these old movies when they do stuff. Just existing is cool for some reason. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what.
It feels real, maybe.
Right. They had real
Whereas
cigars.
you can tell it's CG, or you can tell the background is drawn in or something. But you don't notice it. You just kind of like it. It's in the background, but when you see it for real, you're like, whoa, that's actually a place. That's
Right.
not. It wasn't computer generated. It wasn't drawn. It wasn't this. But you
Right.
didn't think about it when you watch those movies that were drawn or computer animated and stuff like that.
Right. And even when they do ones that are real, like a real chopper landing on a roof or something, it's still in a set, and I can tell because it's so small. I think that, because I think about movies where, like, oh, they're getting off the chopper, and the businessman, like Obadiah, hops off the chopper on the roof.
Yep. It was filmed in Mexico.
Cool. So yeah, like, when Obadiah gets off a chopper on the roof, that's a real chopper, but the roof feels like a set piece. It's too small. And like you
Right.
said, it becomes background. All of that shit just becomes a background thing, which it's supposed to be. I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe you could argue it is the background. Like them fucking landing a chopper in the start of this movie has nothing to do with anything at all. But somehow I enjoyed it, and I think that's better. Even though it's not important, it is technically a background. I
Yeah.
like that shit. Do it again. We're back to it's probably twice as expensive though, obviously. Because then I mentioned like they had to actually get like permits and shit and like pay fucking the government to have sectioned off all these places, and so I imagine it's difficult to do that, but it just adds to the immersion so much, man. Even the fucking practical effects when they shot that dude, I said, "Holy shit!" He turned the corner and said, "Brrr," and his chest fucking exploded and blood come out. I said, "Holy, did they really shoot that guy? What the fuck?" It's like I don't know. Like I watched Deadpool recently. All the shots and the bullets in that movie don't matter. Like
Right.
I never felt as engaged as I did watching that to that. And I thought maybe just now, like, as I'm having this discussion, I was like, well, it's because it's Deadpool. They're all supposed to get shot. Ha ha ha. It doesn't matter. But I was like, that's the same thing for this movie. It's a fucking action movie. They're just shooting everybody. It shouldn't matter as well. So I don't know if that's either the setting. Maybe there is a little bit to that. That, like, I'm more likely to not give a shit in a Deadpool movie because I expect them all to get shot. Maybe I wasn't ready when that dude turned the corner and got his chest blown off. But I don't know. It definitely was like cool. You know what I mean? All the
Mm-hmm.
guns. I think they actually had real guns at some point. Because I don't. Maybe they did really good effects. But at one point, you saw the tip of dude's barrel, and it was red. It was like red hot. The tip of the barrel was, and I was like,
Hmm.
wait, did they
I
really
don't think I
shoot that
noticed that.
shit? Um,
Yeah, well, they always use real guns in movies. That's why I always hate when people go, "It's a prop gun. It's a prop gun." No, they're real guns. They're just blanks,
right,
and
right, right. That's
they
what I
sh-
mean.
they
So
shoot.
nothing comes
Yeah,
out of the chamber to make it red hot. So the fact that it,
well,
huh?
kind of, kind of. Oh, people have died from blanks before because they do still hurt. Um,
Interesting. I
that's
was under
what
the
that's what
impression it
killed.
was a.
I'm pretty sure that's what killed Bruce Lee's son was a blank.
Was it? I was under the
Yeah,
impression it was just a cartridge with a flat top. If that makes sense. If there's no bullet that shoots and propels, it's just a
it
flat
still has.
case.
I think it still has something, but it doesn't have like any gunpowder in it or something like that.
Well, the gunpowder makes the pop. You have to have the gunpowder. We have the internet. Let's fucking look this
I'm
shit
looking at
up.
it right now.
I was about to say, yeah, let's fucking. How do fucking blanks work? Let's find out. Let's teach you guys something who's listening along. We're all gonna learn something today.
Um,
Because, yeah, my impression was that it was,
yeah, I love this fucking
hmm,
fucking article. Brandon Lee was killed by a trap gun.
right?
It's a real gun. It's the bullets that are fucking. We get fake bullets.
Oh, they get fake bullets?
Yeah, you get blank cartridges. Yeah.
Wait.
Although the revolver was loaded with blanks, the gunpowder in the blank cartridge ignited.
Well, it's supposed to. That's how it goes
Yeah,
boom.
it fires a bullet they fired a bullet fragment at Lee. Later died in surgery. So
What?
it was a blank. It just I guess it's not supposed to. It's how is a blank? Wait, hold on.
Well,
Googly googly.
because that's what I'm thinking. Because the way it works, you have like the
Is
cartridge is full
a
of
blank.
what?
I'm trying to
Uh,
blank bullet
that was loud. It's like
different.
maybe I gotta turn you down. This got loud as fuck all of a sudden. Um,
Different
but
from a real bullet.
yeah, no, it's like you have
A
a
blank
cartridge filled with gunpowder, and then
cartridge
you have a
that,
bullet.
when fired, does not shoot a projectile, bullet, or pellet, but generates a muzzle flash, like a normal gunshot would.
That's what I mean. That's what I figured it was. It's just a
Yeah,
cartridge with gunpowder, but no bullet. So that's why I'm
yeah,
like, so.
I
But
guess.
if it does generate a muzzle flash, that means maybe it is enough to get hot.
Yeah,
So I mean, it was real. I guess real in a way that the
it's a real
blanks
gun,
can.
but it shoot blanks.
Well, the blanks can cause the muzzle to heat.
There's a lot of movies. I would say there's a misconception with that because there's a lot of movies where they add the like gunfire in post, like they'll pull triggers and there's nothing in. There's not even blanks.
Right,
And they
which
add the
sucks.
muzzle flash in with special effects and stuff like that. So in those cases, the muzzle would not be red.
Right,
But
right,
yeah,
right.
in
That's
this
what I was
case,
thinking. I
yeah,
was like, but I
right,
didn't know. This is what the learning experience is that I didn't know that blanks could cause the muzzle to get hot because nothing's coming out. It's just hot air. Well, I mean, little gunpowder maybe, but
yeah,
But it is an explosion, so I guess that makes sense.
right,
Enough because they were fucking unloading to clip after clip. So I guess it's enough to make it, even like hot air and gunpowder is enough to to heat that shit up. That was just a really cool part though that I
While
noticed.
blanks are less dangerous than live ammunition, they can still be dangerous and can still cause fatal injuries. Besides the explosive gas, any object in the cartridge, like wadding, that may be keeping the propellant in place, or objects lodged in the barrel will propel at high velocity and cause injury or death at close range.
Right, makes sense. Um, cool. The more you know. But yeah, back to the whole shit is that yeah, these fucking practical effects are just awesome, dude. It's just
Right.
it's so much more engaging, man. I really feel like I'm so much more there than I ever do with a new movie because I am there. They are there. They're doing that. That's a real fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's just cool, you know. I guess that's like a one of the factors, but it just sucks that that's like has to. It's noteworthy, right?
Yeah.
That should not be noteworthy, you know. But I guess it is because it's. I don't know. It's like we have technology, but we're regressing, but also progressing. Because you can do some wild, really cool shit with like CG effects and special effects.
Yeah.
So like, I definitely like them. That's how we get lightsabers and shit. It's fucking awesome. Like, so there's definitely really awesome things that come from it. But sometimes
there's no arguing that the lightsabers are way better than the new ones compared to like the old ones. If
right.
you watch the originals without the not like beefed up by special effects that they added in after like '90s, after the '90s,
you can
they
see
look
it
way better
moving
now.
shot by shot,
Right.
or frame by frame. I mean,
Yeah.
So yeah, no, definitely, and even looking at something like Star Wars, right? Like the planets, I love the CG planets, like the nasty bug planet where you met Dooku at, where they got chained up with the
I
monsters.
didn't like that one. The background was way too fake. But yeah, I
liked it. Somehow it was the fact that it was fake made it cool to me. It made it almost cartoon-esque, sci-fi-esque. It made it feel.
It looked too off to me. Yeah, it was like compared to the other planets, like fucking Tatooine looks real, fucking Naboo looks real.
Right.
So
I guess that makes sense if you're already accustomed to a certain style.
Right.
I did, yeah, because to me, it definitely, I can agree with that. It made it look fake, but that was what made it look cool to me, because it made it look like a fantasy place. Like when you see the city, like the big city planet where they do the Congress, or what's it called? Yeah, when you see Coruscant, it's fucking awesome. You can tell it's fake, but that's what makes it look so mystical to me.
I like Coruscant though because it looks believable in a way where it's like. So this is completely off topic, but yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, effects are cool. I won't say too much more on that, I guess.
Right.
We've talked about it every old movie, so it just seems to be repeating that it gets better.
Good.
Arnold is so young. Oh baby, I just haven't seen him in forever. I haven't seen a young version in forever. I said, oh man. And then fucking I said, is that Apollo Creed? I didn't know he was in this movie. Because for the fans, I've never seen this shit before.
Keely knows him from The Mandalorian, but yeah, he's Apollo Creed.
He's in The Mandalorian.
The sheriff. He's the sheriff in The Mandalorian. He's fucking awesome. Oh, is he a sheriff? It might be a spoiler because actually I don't think
that's okay. I'll have to go watch it now.
You'll watch it eventually, yeah.
That shit's funny.
You'll like the girl in the first season of Mandalorian.
Oh baby.
And the second season, I think she's in it. She's in the first two seasons.
But also, for everyone out there, we're gonna have to admit this on tape. Again, just like with Alien, I said, "Hey, that's where the buff guy arm shake came."
It's a meme.
I never see. I guess it is a meme, but I've seen it multiple times before.
I said, yes, that's from Predator.
That shit was funny. I said, "That's the one." They mostly come at night. Mostly. I fucking love it, dude. Just so funny to see some of this shit. Also, do you think Jesse Ventura really has a cleft like that?
What, the chin?
The cleft. And that was a fucking crater. It wasn't a regular cleft. I mean, that was probably...
Yeah, people that have their chins look like that.
Whew, that was the manliest cleft I ever seen in my life. He's also the manliest dude I ever seen in my life.
I wouldn't call it like manly, right? Because women have clefts as well. Demi Lovato being one, and that's the reason why I don't find her that attractive. No.
So I guess, yeah, it's not exclusive to men, but I always thought it was a manly thing.
No, I lied, because there's a girl I found... the girl next door actress is... she has a cleft on her chin.
Huh.
Never mind. I don't know what it is then.
Maybe it's the jawline, too. He has a personality jawline. But I guess I do associate, without thinking about it, I associate clefts with men when you're right.
Well, because women mostly like it.
That is true. My grandma used to say? She deadass would say, never trust a man with a cleft, he's bad news. And I was like, really? And cause my mom told me this story. She said, oh yeah. She said, they're too handsome. I was like, really?
Dude, Darius' cousin Kyle has a fucking massive chin, and he has a cleft.
And he's like the most gorgeous guy.
I used to make the joke that he has enough chin for the both of us. So look, funny. I can just pull this one off and put it on mine.
Right? Oh, look at what he did now. Me, Myself, and Irene. He got the cleft.
Yeah.
And it made him twice as hot because it was the same Jim Carrey, but he did look a lot more manly.
Oh my god.
Hilarious, dude. I wonder what it is. Any women in the comments, go leave a shit. Tell us if you think clefts are hot and why. Can you understand it? Because I'm not a woman. I can't understand what makes it hot.
Right.
It'd be cool to figure out though. That's kind of funny. Dude, but yeah, he was great.
What's the name of it?
Who?
Superman. Henry Cavill.
Cavill?
Yeah.
Cavill does have a cleft. No, but he just has a good chin. He has a good jawline. He's not having cleft, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Huh. I think Superman had
one too.
It's
not as pronounced, but it is there.
Oh, I see.
It's like, yeah, it's not like all the way pushed in, but it's like kind of pushed in.
Subtle.
Yeah, it's a subtle cleft.
I guess it works, dude. He is one of the most handsome men. I'll tell you what, though. It was always funny. When I saw him in The Witcher, that's when I said, oh, baby.
Because if you go down, if you put your finger right there at your chin, I have it. I don't even have mine. My chin's not really pronounced.
Maybe everyone has one. Maybe it just doesn't show as much.
Maybe.
But there's no bone there. There's no, cartilage there, I don't think. Maybe there is. I don't know.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Not important. But
right.
Jesse Ventura was fucking awesome. And I love that fucking line, dude. They're sitting on the plane. He said, you want some of this? He said, nah. He said, you're a bunch of slack-jawed faggots.
It's like, good God.
I love it, dude. I said, you can't do that nowadays. But it's fucking awesome. And I think
it's so much dip in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then you spit on that dude's shoes. I said, he's a fucking asshole, dude. So you start getting this shit like me, you'll be a sexual tyrannosaurus. Fuck, dude.
The dude with the glasses, I don't remember his name. Hawkins, I think it was.
Hawkins, yeah. Or
that's the director. That's Shane Black.
That's funny. I thought it was the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
He might be. I don't know. No, it's not him. That's not him. I know who that is. Yeah, no.
Maybe it's just the glasses puts him in the same boat.
Right.
But yeah, no, he was awesome.
There, dude. He was trying to get some laugh.
He said the fucking
personalities. Jokes. They weren't like overt, but they were pretty overt. But
right.
They didn't get much, but they killed it, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was definitely it was very on the nose, very stereotype-ish, but it was good. It was interesting. I liked I liked his stupid jokes he kept telling not Poncho, the fucking tracker dude.
Billy.
Billy, yeah, he kept telling Billy those dumbass jokes. I said, just stop trying. It's not funny. But then eventually he got one. It was just awesome. What's his name's relationship? Ventura and the bald-headed guy.
Yeah.
Their relationship was cool, man. Cool guys all around. It's the only one I thought was overtly just stupid that I had to ask about was when fucking I have all their names somewhere. I had Dylan. When fucking Dylan out of nowhere, he's like a company man, a piece of shit the whole movie. Then without any motivation, without anything at all, I have something to prove too or some shit, and just leaves to go fight the alien. He had nothing. Like, that line made no sense. I'm like, you have nothing.
They did have like a thing where they said that he had his friend or whatever had died earlier. They sent them on a mission.
Oh yeah. The Green Beret.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, the Green Berets. They got caught and killed and skinned. So those were his friends. So,
but he had given them up already throughout. Like,
sure.
I don't know. I guess you're right though. That maybe they did it, but they kind of dropped the ball. But if that's, I guess I'll give them some credit back, because he did at least have it. It was there. Right. Maybe it was poorly executed, but they deserve credit for at least it was there.
Company man.
That shit was funny.
I don't know if I could tell them if you were sitting behind a desk all day.
Dude, that's cool. That's a good I don't know. That's always a cool interaction, right? You can't do it too much, but I think back to was it Taken when he did that shit. He beat that motherfucker's ass in his apartment and shot his wife in the leg. He said, you spend too much time behind a desk. Don't even know the difference between a gun that's loaded and a gun that's not. I said, damn, son. And then he shot that bitch. He said, touched a flesh wound. I said, he's fucking crazy. Cool line, though. Yeah, so shit like that is always cool. You had to see the difference in, hardcore motherfuckers and someone who has gotten soft, right? I think back to shit that I used to do whether it's playing a certain game or a certain sport or whatever. When I go back to it, I'm just like, oh, this is different. These just used to be easy for me. What the fuck? Um, so it's always cool. But yeah, the second one I didn't like as much was also fucking Billy. When he
Billy?
rips his shirt off, cuts his chest open, and
He's
goes,
trying to
ah!
how man he is.
I like it for being manly, but it's so fucking dumb. This Predator's invisible and shooting laser guns. What do you expect to attempt there?
He tried to fight it 1v1.
But it's not going to work. He showed no indication of doing so.
It might.
Maybe. I don't know.
It 1v1 after Arnold proved he was resourceful and strong as fuck. He said, "You know what?
Maybe. Okay. I'll give you. That's why I say it. I liked it less. So it got like it wasn't like so egregious, but I did like. What the fuck are you doing?
You do not.
That shit was cool though. I will say the act of doing that was cool as fuck. The motivation is what like tore me away from it.
Yeah.
But that shit was it was cool though. Let's see. Oh yeah, before we leave, I do think that's one thing I want to touch on as far as like the fact that you can't have lines like Ventura and his character and shit anymore.
Right.
I think you need to be able to, and we touched on it maybe once before and different things.
I probably have. Yeah.
You need to be able to do that still, and you need to do it in a healthy way that shows that like for example, this guy's an asshole. He spit in that fucker's boots, and no one liked him. It seemed like, but he's also he's extremely dependable. He's resourceful. He's strong. He's somebody you want on your team, even though he's an asshole. So it's like, yeah, he has these bad qualities, but he has these good qualities, and he's dynamic and interesting as a person, and that's why you have to think, would I like that guy? He's not so bad, but he's kind of an asshole, and you get to interact with real human personalities, because people, in real life, they exist. They're like that. There's real people out there who would speak and act.
They don't want those people to exist, and they don't want to glorify them in media. So.
Right, and that's the problem, because they just imagine that the character exists, therefore they're being glorified. And that's where I want to discuss this and talk about the fact that
it's just that it turns from, hey, look at this guy who has a lot of flaws and faults, and look, he can still do some good, into a more, they have to learn the error of their ways, or they're a bad guy through and through, like the slave owner from Django. So those characters can exist, but they have to have their specific roles, otherwise people will be mean about it.
Right, and I hate that because it's not fair for human nature and the reality of like life.
Right.
And I wish they would, because
characters like that to exist. So even if like they have like personal faults that I think are bad, if they have redeeming qualities, I think it's a good character. So
right,
whatever.
And that's what matters. Like his shitheadedness and whatever his language and his fucking like willingness to spit on your fucking nice boots. He's a piece of shit. But he has all this other stuff that makes him, necessary or dependable or likable. And it's like, that's important. And then you can make the choice for yourself whether or not you like that character. That's the point. But in modern day media, no, they don't do that. And one thing that I'm getting tired of is that if they do have a character like that, they consistently and constantly make them look stupid and undermine them. And just pretty much it's like poking fun. Like, see, they're bad. We hate them. They're shitty. They're awful. They're dumb. They're not good. Never, ever, ever do anything like this character ever. Right. And it's like, Jesus, then take him out of the fucking movie. Because at that point, you have a caricature. You don't have a real person. Like, and it's just, like, frustrating. Because this is also, too, part of the whole, I guess, life concept that you're seeing a lot of people struggle with. They're hidden and taught this weird way of thinking about the world and people in it. And then children will grow up and go into the real world and see people and be shocked. Like a true fucking culture shock when they see, like, a Jesse Ventura from this movie at a bar. Right. And they're fucking, like, terrified of these guys. It's like, he's a brute, he's this, he's awful, and should we call the police or something? Because he, like, fucking put his arm around you or something, whatever. It's like, that's not good. The problem is not the other person, necessarily. Sometimes, I could see a guy like that being a fucking dickhead or being too loud. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that you're so incapable of understanding or even engaging with that person in a meaningful or healthy way because you didn't think it existed. It's crazy when you hide people from things that are common. I get hiding people from certain shit that, like, will probably never happen, right? It's like, well, I don't want you to go watch a bunch of shit about serial killers as a 6-year-old or something, Then you'll think it's commonplace or whatever. I could see some certain extremes, but for a lot of this stuff, they're pretty much censoring and canceling real personalities that are going to exist until the end of time. Yeah. And that's not good, because that's not good at all. That's going to really damage people's social interactions and social structures and
Right.
ability to interact with other people, and I think we're
Well, most
seeing.
people, most
But
people cannot interact with people who have like completely different views from them already. So, like,
right, and it just makes it worse. It kind of exacerbates the problem,
yeah,
and I wonder how much worse it'll get before it gets better. If it will get better, I don't know. Right. So I
probably
guess we'll
eventually, yeah.
see. That's more of a political commentary, but off the topic of this movie and this guy. I think it's important to dive into those ideas.
Yeah.
Um, but let's see. From the beginning, I knew Dylan was hiding
Uh,
shit.
one thing.
Oh yeah,
The Predator is voiced by Optimus.
that's cool. I didn't
I
know that.
was just IMDbing the whole thing, and it's the Predator, and it was the dude. I was like, that looks like Optimus's voice actor, and clicked on it, and it was. I was like, oh, okay.
Hell yeah, dude. Optimus. He's no James Earl Jones, but he's damn close. That fucker said, "We come from Cybertron." I said, "Oh baby." um, let's see. Yeah, fucking Dylan.
You know, the same guy voiced Optimus in all the cartoons
Really?
and the live action.
I didn't know that. I didn't. 'Cause in Armada
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You know, I actually just picked up the box set for Armada a couple months ago. I still haven't watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Optimus is the same voice actor in every
Dude,
single
I
thing.
love it. That is Optimus.
He is Optimus.
That's so funny. Hey, maybe we'll get AI good enough and he'll be Optimus forever.
Oh, only. He was the first person to become a fucking actual AI, intelligent life form.
Right? And it's perfect for his character. He's a robot car.
Awesome.
But yeah, Dylan was really good in the beginning though. I was like, this fucker's hiding something. I don't trust him. Piece of shit. So that was pretty interesting. Also, it was really well shot. Cause this is now that I confirmed with you that in the fucking jungle they're doing this. Did you see in the beginning when they're shooting the shots and they're going around the bushes?
Yeah.
And like it cuts off and then they come around the other side of the bush and the guy's perfectly walking through and all that shit. I'm like, they're in a fucking jungle. And somehow they shoot it in such a way that like the pans look so clean. And I don't know, maybe they cut some trees down here and there or they cut some bushes to make it look like that.
They had some cooking pans? What do they make?
Oh, pan. Like from DBZ.
Oh. Oh, okay.
But let's see. So not to gloat more about this filmmaking, I guess. Dude, he ripped their fucking skin off. I said, ew. They showed it too. Ew. Fucking nasty.
He likes trophies.
I guess. Also, we're gonna get into that too. Let's just do it now. Fucking Predator is a little bitch, dude. And it's so funny because they kept it throughout the movie. Because the first thing I noticed in the beginning is that fucker's watching him with thermal vision.
Yeah.
I said, that fucker's cheating. I said, that fucker has thermal vision. What a piece of shit. And then I'm like waiting, the movie goes on, and like he's just fucking killing these dudes and stuff. I'm like, man, this guy's a real fucking son of a bitch. And I was like, he's just a shitty lizard man with expensive equipment. But then like midway through, she doesn't pick up the gun. He's like, don't get the gun. He won't kill you if he thinks you're a non-hostile or something, or non-sport. And I was like, oh, so are they gonna like redeem this guy? Is he like an honorable guy? Because if so, fuck this guy. There's no honorable about using advanced technology to kill these fuckers with like have rudimentary ass guns.
He's just hunting. It's like sport.
I was like, this is no sport at all. So that line was a little weird.
Well, I mean,
but I was...
no, because it's similar to a trophy hunter. Because trophy hunters, I mean, you think a man's gonna fucking wrestle a bear or a fucking a lion?
You're damn right.
It's just a sport. No, I'm talking like in the real world, in real life.
But I'm saying I don't agree with that ever. I guess
people hunt. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm just saying that's what he is.
No, you're right. I guess I can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't agree with that as a person. So like, I'm like, if you want to go fight a fucking lion?
It's definitely not honorable and it's bullshit. But that's how the Predator is. He's like a trophy hunter, like a fucking a man hunting a lion. Like, oh look, I killed this massive beast. Yeah, but you used what? A sniper, and the motherfucker never got to see you.
Right. It's like, go use a fucking spear. Go fight it with a machete and show me how you're really gonna go. Like,
that's honorable. But yeah, but that's how he views it.
I see. But yeah, it was funny though, because as it progressed, it got like worse, and then I was like, yeah, he's just a fucking piece of shit. And then when he was screaming in the night with the skulls, he's like, yeah, look at these skulls I got, alright! I was like, dude, shut up. You killed a bunch of fucking shitty humans in a jungle by sneaking up behind him invisible and shot him, and they almost got you with a fucking wooden trap and some logs and a fucking, like, whatever that thing they made out of the ropes and shit.
That shit was funny. So you think that Boy Scout shit's gonna work?
Right, and it almost did. And I was like, so fuck you. You're out here sucking your own dick
Primitive
about.
shit that got him though.
Do what?
It was always it was the primitive traps that got him.
Which was funny.
He got up with the claymore or any of the other stuff because he could see the equipment with his fucking his
Fancy vision.
uh yeah, his fucking whatever, his fancy vision. Because he had X-ray vision, he had thermal vision. The helmet gave him all the visions.
Right.
But he didn't even use his natural eyes. He ran into stupid traps.
Right. And that's just funny, yeah. So I was like, he almost got him, and then he's out there having the nerve to like scream in the night about how great he is and fucking has like these skulls and shit. Like, fuck you, you're not even cool. You're picking out a bunch of weenie hut juniors compared to like your technology. You're acting like you got something special.
Well, he's about the first person. Oh, the second person, but still. That one dude shot him. Dylan? No, Mac. Mac shot him.
Yeah.
So he bled.
Right. So then it gets even better by the end of the movie, because then they come full circle and everything I thought he was comes true. Because if like when he fucking loses his all of his technology,
yeah,
he just starts acting like a whiny bitch. He fucking throws it in the mud and goes, "Ugh, fine, you want to fight? I don't need technology." Ugh. And like just fucking loses it, and then tries to fight him man to man. Then he gets his ass beat. And after getting his ass beat, I said, you know what? Maybe he is honorable. Maybe he's fine. And that fucker put the bomb and laughed in his face. I said,
"Oh, funny! I like
the laugh." Oh, I fucking died. I said, "You're not serious, you fucking scumbag, dude." And it all came full circle. I was like, he is a scumbag. He's a whiny bitch, dude. I was like, so fucking hilarious. Like his character made a lot more like interesting and like sense to me by the end of the movie than the beginning, because I know Predator from like a couple other like later medias, and they always made him seem like this badass dude who's a little altruistic but not really, but he's like an honorable hunter man. And I was like, oh, so he's like that guy, right? And then I see this one and I'm like, you're a fucking bitch. And it was cool because he was, but then there's also multiple people of their race, so it's kind of even cool that like there could be different versions, right?
Right.
Like this one was just a fucking dickhead who loved picking on humans and made his dick feel big. But the other Predator might have been like an actual Predator who was trying to fight strong motherfuckers.
Which one have you seen before? Have you seen Predator 2 or just Alien vs. Predator?
I think I've seen Alien vs. Predator only, maybe. That's probably it. Because he was fighting the alien.
Yeah, because they do portray him a little more in the good light because the alien is killing humans. Predators. Right. Well, I think it's still like kind of dickish in Alien vs. Predator, but we'll get that whenever we get there.
Right, because I watched it as a kid. I don't remember much of it. But I do remember...
Like, those poor aliens!
Huh?
And when I watched that movie, I was like, those poor aliens, they're just trying to eat humans.
Bro.
What?
I thought it was cool, though, because he didn't, like, help the humans or care as long as they didn't get in his way. He was here to hunt the ultimate alien. Like, he was here to hunt, and I was like, that's fucking cool.
The ultimate life form.
Right, so I thought that was really cool in that one, but that's a totally different Predator than this one. So I was like, that's really cool that they're like...
Yeah.
Maybe this one, honestly, was a bitch, and, like, they dropped him here for, like, his first thing. Because you saw in the beginning, they just dropped him off, right? Somebody in a ship dropped him off. Yeah. And I wonder if that was, like, Baby's first outing. If, like,
he was just... I told you the Alien vs. Predator fan, or, the Predator fans like Alien vs. Predator, but Alien fans do not like Alien vs. Predator.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, because it really was a Predator movie.
Yeah.
From what I remember, because Predator wins, essentially.
Predator wins and Predator saves the day. And
right, and Alien makes it, they're just bad aliens. Look, they're killing people and running around. They're just mindless bad aliens or whatever. It's like, I could definitely see they feel like they got the short end of the stick.
Yeah. And I think they also fuck with their lore and stuff, so.
Oh, gotcha.
Whereas I don't think we know enough of the Predator. Also, I've only ever seen the first one and then Alien vs. Predator. So all the rest of them are completely new territory for me as well.
Right. I'm excited, though, to see more, to see, like, different other... Like, what's number 2? What's he going to be like? Because it makes it, without even trying, even just knowing those two versions...
I think Arnold is only in this one.
Oh, that'd be cool. So, I mean, he was the best part of this movie. He was the best part. Because the other actors were really good and did a great job, but he got the most, like, interesting, good shit.
Yeah, I like that Poncho!
What?
Got taken out like a bitch. Poor Poncho.
Fuck Poncho.
I can still make it.
He was serious, though. I was like, damn. But it was cool, because the way he delivered that line, too, he almost sounded a little scared, like he didn't want to be left behind.
Yeah.
Because he was like a little frantic. He was still manly about it, but there was a little touch of frantic. Like, I can make it, I swear. Like, and I was like, ooh, this fucker's a little scared, but that's kind of cool though. You know, like they're all manly men, but the fucker didn't want to be left in the jungle to die. And given like the way they seem like their history is, they might do that.
Hey, his name is Jorge. It's Jorge Pancho Ramirez.
Ooh,
That's
but
my
he
boy.
looked white as fuck.
I knew he was Pancho. Or I knew he was Mexican because his name was Pancho.
I just
That's
figured
like
that was a
Mexican.
nickname.
He was also the only one that was actually communicating with that girl. Like, back
Oh
then.
yeah, he did speak Spanish with her, didn't he?
Yeah.
Huh? Never
I will
caught
say,
that.
what's his name? Apollo Creed's character. Apollo Creed was trying to talk to her in Spanish.
Right? He knew
But he
some,
was like, his were like choppy. Yeah.
which is cool too. Like that's a cool subtlety that like matters, right? Because he even got frustrated with one time. He was like, "That's not what she said," or something like that, and like you talk to her, I'm not talking to her, or something. Like you could just tell that
Right.
like the frustrations of not being fluent came in.
Right.
Little stuff like that, man. I might have to. Hey, listen. By the end of this, I might be giving this movie a much higher rating. Hold on, because this shit is adding up. All these little tidbits here and there of just like
I told
good.
Keely while we were watching. I said, "Look at this fucking diversity," and no one was like, "Everybody's like, oh, there's never been diversity in movies. Look at this motherfucker. I didn't. They're all plot relevant. The fucking Billy was a tracker, so it played into his character. Pancho
Right.
was Hispanic, so he could talk to the locals. It
Right.
was perfect. I mean, I'm not perfect, but you know,
Right. And even look at so it's funny. Look at Dylan. That fucker was like living the good life. You know what I mean?
right.
It's not this like black people are put upon whatever. He was literally the
He was
highest.
the boss.
Yeah, he was the highest ranking best dude. Like he was living the fucking dream in a comfy, cushy like outfit. So it's like, yeah, it just flips a lot of this shit on its head, I guess, or whatever. When people try to act like SJW shit is just awful, and
Right.
it's always been so awful. It's like, nah. The only one I would give you a little bit is like the idea that all Native Americans have to be trackers. But that's also really cool because they did do that in history, and that's fucking awesome. Nobody else did that.
Yeah, but how they were used in American military is actually as code talkers, which was really good because no other country knew about Native American languages, so we used them to transmit messages so they wouldn't, and the enemy would be just confused trying to figure out how to fucking,
Oh,
uh, yeah.
that's cool.
We need a code talker movie. Oh, I think we do have one actually.
That'd be cool, yeah. Because stuff like that is cool too. Like that's one thing that sucks is like if a history of a people is like they do something well or something cool, you're not allowed to ever show them in
Wind
that light.
Talkers 2002 with Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is a tracker. Oh baby.
No, he's like I guess a sergeant in the background. There's a Native American guy doing like talking to a receiver.
Cool.
I guess he's
I
like
might have to watch that. Maybe we'll do that one as like a what's it called? Like another like next year for our.
yeah, like a special.
Yeah. Or we maybe do it like
Yeah,
quarterly.
fighting against the Japanese
Dang. Cool.
during World War II. Hey,
But yeah, I think it's funny that yeah, so if like some culture does something really well and like people exemplify it, you're not allowed to do that.
the Hulk is in this. I'm a Ruffalo.
Hey, George Ruffalo. I'm sorry,
George Ruffalo.
cool. George Ruffalo. I don't know why I called him George. That's funny.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Shit, this movie didn't have much, but
Right?
I liked him. I liked all his tech and shit. Even the special effects of him being invisible and like when he was walking around and he just looked like part of the jungle.
Right.
Um,
There was once or twice that it was really ugly, but for the most part,
Yeah.
everything else was good. I like the fucking line, stick around. Fucking love it, dude. Oh yeah, another one. Fuck, he said, you're bleeding. I ain't got time to bleed. I said, oh, baby. He's such a man. Oh yeah, they said the thing. They said, you're expendable. I said,
yeah.
I said, that's the word. That's a line. Um, but yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, the fucker had a healing gun. Stupid predator. More cheats. Let's see. Dude, fucking Billy lost it at one point. He said, "We're all gonna die." He said, "You can't say that." Oh man, or at least I said you can't say that. That
He
shit
felt
was
it. He felt it. It was coming.
true. He got his like spiritual ancestors or something told him if shit was coming. Let's see. Dude, fucking Mac. Oh my gosh, shit was so sad. When he ran off, I said, "Don't
Yeah.
do it, Mac. You'll never make it." Wee wee. And then he didn't make it. Fucking poor Mac.
Nah. Dude, he fucking unloaded on that floor, the jungle.
He really did, though. Fucking sweat dripping down. He just didn't stop. Also, that's the fucking that's the guy from X-Men 3. I didn't know that. I said, where the fuck is he from? He's the president.
Oh, he is.
He's the president from fucking thing. I was like, what? That's so cool. I didn't know that. But he's in like only a couple other movies, which is weird.
Yeah, I think most people in The Predator are only in a few couple movies.
Surprising though, because he does a really good job. Like, he's a really good actor in everything I've seen him in, which is 2 movies, small sample size, but.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura should have did more roles, more movie roles.
Right. He was in the one he fucking Disguise, Master of Disguise.
Yeah.
He said, "Who would have thought that he would go steal the Liberty Bell?" And the fucker he's like, "Yeah, whatever, fuck you." I think that was him.
Yeah.
Apparently, he went crazy at one point. He was doing like conspiracy theories and shit, and he was like, people thought he went mad. But I wonder, maybe he saw some shit. You know, you never know. Let's see. He got shot and it didn't blow his arm off like it did other like fucking Billy's or Dylan's. I was like, why the fuck did Dylan's arm get blown off? You got a scratch.
Because he's strong.
Dang, he's manly.
That's because
his skin is as hard as steel. He's been training with bears in Siberia, and they call him the Red Cyclone. Oh, that's funny. That was a cool war cry though. That fucking Arnold did.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. And that's when the movie really kicked the fuck off. I said, oh, man, that last scene was fucking awesome, dude. Just then, the rest of the notes I have is just fucking cool. You know, just like, oh, my God. I was like, you need more mud. Hurry. Just fucking, like, just excitement of all, like, the cool, the last fuck. He said, kill me. I'm here. Kill me. And the fucker said, yeah, you're not going to catch me, dickhead. And walked around the fucking trap and got hit by another one.
Yeah.
This is just funny, dude. Little stuff like that. Because it made the Predator look like a bitch, and I thought it was awesome, because he kind of was.
Yeah, you're supposed to root for Arnold.
Right. But it was just cool. Like, the Predator's character seemed a lot more dynamic than I thought it was by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't have the bomb scene laughing in his face, I wouldn't have cared as much, but that personified him so much. That
we just had to have that giant explosion, though.
You know what's funny?
End of the movie.
When he's running, I said he's going to jump as soon as it explodes, as if he knows. And sure enough, he jumped, and it exploded. I say, yep.
It just looks cool in the movies, man.
It does. It's so funny. I'm like, you didn't, like, you know, jump first and hide, and then it explodes. Find cover. You have to jump the second it explodes, like you know it's there. Yeah. It's just always so funny. Yeah. Little tropes, man. But we talked about it before, I think, that you have to have it. If you don't have it, it's not going to be as cool. And even if you know it's coming, it's still cool. So it works. It definitely works. But yeah, movie was cool. I think definitely I was gonna give it like a 5, but I'm gonna go back and give it a 6. Because it's no 6.5. 6.5. Just because it is the quintessential action movie that I think a lot of things may have spawned off of. Well, when did Rambo come out?
I would say Rambo came out later. I'm pretty sure.
Right. And that matters, you know, like being a sort of new. I don't know. I don't even know what came before. Maybe there were cool action movies and shit like this before.
Rambo came out 82.
Which was what?
2 years after this one.
Oh, it came out in 80? Okay.
Yeah, this one came out in 80. Rambo came out in 82.
Nice. So there's something to that. Also, the characters are pretty good. I think they kind of dropped the ball and they seem a little hollow at times, and the story just kind of seems to go.
Yeah.
But when we talk about it, it's there, right? I would have never thought all this shit we talked about was there as much as it was. So it's like, well, it needs credit for that, because I was giving it no credit. I was like, the characters are kind of empty. The movie was a little dry. They had explosions and lots of cool thing when they killed all that camp, but then it just kind of wasn't that great until the whole Arnold scene at the end. But no, it's better. I would give it a rewatch if someone else hadn't seen it. I wouldn't rewatch it on my own. But that still deserves a 6.5 just for the cool action. I'm being nice. It deserves a 6. It's getting a 6.
I give it a 6. Yeah, it's getting a 6 from me.
Okay.
Maybe a 5.5 for me because I'm a little more strict, but still, I still think it's a little above.
Right. Yeah. It's still exciting. It's still cool. They have the lines. And And I think there's a disposition too that we're men, so we like cool action movies like this too. I think it.
Right.
I think that's a what do you call it? I give it a 6 with a quote or like a asterisk.
Mm-hmm.
If you like action films,
Right.
if you don't like action films and you're not into that kind of thing, well, sorry, then it'll be my
Hey,
might be more like a 5. um, but
you don't like action films. That's probably a 4 or 3.
do you think so? Yeah, because I mean, a lot of the characters were okay. A lot of the plot was non-existent.
Yeah.
Um,
I love action films, so I'm giving it,
right.
5.5.
I like some action
or
films
6.
myself. So,
But action films can have a lot of character. I don't know if you've seen John Wick.
I still haven't. I have 1, 2, and 3 on the shelf. I went and bought them on the
Yeah.
special editions, and I just still haven't watched them. Maybe we'll do that. Hey, there's another series after this one. Oh, do we have anything planned after this?
We have the Predator movies. The rest of the we talk about after we're done doing the AVP stuff.
After Predator and then
no,
AVP.
I don't think we have anything planned. We don't have anything planned on. Yeah, we don't have anything on the docket.
Right. But, well, hey, if you guys want to see it, leave a comment. We might do John Wick next because it seems like we're trending towards always doing series.
Yeah.
So let's fucking keep it up. And
I mean, it gives us a guideline, and we don't have to go. What are we doing this week? Right.
Right. And then we can sprinkle in sort of like one-offs or whatever through periodically. And if you guys like that, let us know.
We can do them in between. We can do some one-offs in between, so we don't have to.
So then that's why I say put a comment if you guys want that shit. If it's like, oh, I like that. Like, yeah, do a one-off or try this one or give recommendations, right? We may not always watch it, but hey, at least it's on the books, right? And we can say, oh, I never saw that or I wanted to see that. And then in between series, we'll do like a couple one-offs and, see how that goes. And then we could do our yearly special where we watch movies live. We could do that maybe twice a year. Because it was pretty fun. I think it's a pretty good night. So I'm down to do something like that as well. But that's all I got for this one.
Yeah, me too. We didn't really talk about the gorillas. They went in there and.
Well, they weren't important. They were just there to go to get blown up.
Oh, I was wondering how you felt about that sequence where it was just America.
No, that was what I talked about in the beginning. I said they just kept going and going and going. I said, Jesus, are we done? Like that was what I talked about with the gratuitous violence.
Yeah.
That shit
America, fuck yeah.
I love it, dude.
What the fuck? Yeah, America.
Right. Freedom is the only way, yeah. It's true, though. They just didn't stop. I said, good God. I said, weren't they here to get hostages? They killed everyone.
They're there to see, look how badass these guys are. They took out a whole fucking gorilla camp by themselves. No casualties on their side.
Right.
And then they show how badass the by like extension, it makes the Predator seem more badass because he took these guys out.
I guess I never thought of it that way. If that's what they're trying to do, set the stakes.
Right.
I would have needed them to do like individually really cool things, though.
Right.
That's a good point, though. Yeah, because if they would have done because that's a really good idea, right? Set up how badass they are, then have the Predator outdo them at the things they were doing, right? Like show Tracker dude doing some awesome tracking. Well, he did.
Right.
Like, in the beginning, he did have his cool tracking moment. I was like, damn, he can tell that.
Yeah.
And then have the Predator track them better, right? And then have some dude do something cool with like climbing trees or something. Then have the Predator climb better. So just because it seemed like there wasn't even a fight. They caught him by surprise. They shot him all in the back. Not all in the back, but they pretty much went and blew him up before they knew it hit him. So it really didn't even make them look that strong,
Yeah. I mean, they took out their traps and they took out their guards without them noticing.
That was cool. I will say that was really cool. When you put the stick in the mine,
I
was like, you can defuse mines like that? I really hope that's true. And that's not just like some fucking media.
You're going to do it and then you're going to die.
That shit was really cool. But we never talked about the girl either, but she didn't matter at all.
She was a non-character. She's just there to give us some kind of like, oh, this dude's been hunting in this area for years.
Or, yeah, she had the backstory.
Or his people in this area for years. Something like that.
I thought they had to have hot tits and ass.
She said her grandma talked about it, would say stories about that creature that would hunt men, make trophies out of men.
Right.
Or the demon, the demon that would make trophies out of men.
Right. Which is funny, because, like, I don't know, it looks like he just dropped right before this mission, the way the continuity is with the cuts in the beginning.
It could be. It could be just a same creature or something like that. That this is their initiation.
Yeah, that's what I was that's actually really funny, because it also plays into what I was thinking before, that he's just, like, a fresh, like, jackass. Not
Yeah.
Jackass, but he's like a fresh hunter, so he kills these humans.
I'm being a little like thinking ahead because that's what they do in AVP. So
Got you.
um,
So yeah, it makes sense because that's why he would act like that, right? Yeah, I killed 3 of them. Yeah, screaming into the fucking night about how great he is.
right.
Why would you do that if you're like a seasoned veteran? You would know that that's child's play.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that, and and he throws a temper tantrum whenever he loses his gear at the end. And I'm like, oh, I guess it makes sense. So that's kind of cool that yeah, he is a new one, and that they just go there to like train every now and again.
Yeah.
Um, and she said it only happens in the hottest summers. Maybe that's part of the initiation. They wait until it's like a certain degrees to test their metal, I
Oh
guess.
man. Well, maybe they can only like survive in like really hot
That
climates,
too.
so
That's also a
they only
possibility.
show up to planets if it's like super hot. They're like, oh, it's too cold for me. Fuck that.
Right. Um, but
So
yeah,
yeah,
cool.
that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Um, well, hey, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe because engagement is good.
Leave an angry comment or dislike the video. Engagement is good.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.